Hi, my name is Bibek Adhikari. I am an English instructor. In today's class, we are going to solve the grammar and writing portion of Unit 5, that is, the largest living bird. So, let's begin. Right then, we are now going to start the exercises portion, followed by the grammar work and writing exercise of Unit 5, and that is the largest living bird. So the title is the largest living bird, and under that we're going to do three different things: the exercise, the grammar, and the writing. So let's start with the exercises. Let's begin with the first question. It says, answer the following questions. All right, so the first question we have is, which is the largest living bird in the world? Can you guess the answer to that question? Which is the largest living bird? And the answer to that question is, so think about it. Which is the largest living bird in the world? In fact, it's ostrich. So we're going to write ostrich is the largest living bird in the world. See, very easy, right? So let's move on to another question. The second question we have is, where do ostriches live? Can you guess the answer to that question? Where do ostriches live? They live in the forests of Africa. That's where they live. Third question we have is, do they have wings? And the answer to that question is, what do you think? Do they have wings or do they not have wings? Yes, they have wings. The wings are pretty small. Okay, let's solve some more questions. The fourth question we have is, what do they use for fighting? So, what do they use for fighting? The answer to that question is, think about it. What do they use? Do they use their legs, or do they use their wings, or their beak? So the answer to that question is, they use their feet, or you can say they use their powerful legs, or long powerful legs. Okay, let me improvise the answer. The better way of saying would be, they use their long powerful legs for fighting. So that seems like a proper answer. And if we go back to this question number 2, there can be an alternative answer. Where do ostriches live? Yes, you can also write they live in dry plains and deserts of Africa. So that can be another answer, This answer is also okay. This second one seems to be a better one. Okay, let's go to the fifth question now. What do they normally eat? Alright, what do they normally eat? Do they eat bread and butter? We can write they normally eat plants. So, no bread and butter. Sorry, they usually eat plants. Now we move on to another section. It's called Fun with Vocabulary. There's a question in between that says, draw a picture of an ostrich in your exercise book. And I'm leaving that to you as a homework because I believe you're very good at drawing and you can easily draw a picture of an ostrich in your exercise book. But I want to solve another question. That's number 6. And number 6 we have match the following. It's called match the following. And we have 2 columns, column A and column B. Column A, we have a word largest. So let's just find the word. The synonym. Sorry, not synonym, the antonyms. The opposite words, or words with opposite meanings. So what could be the word with the opposite meaning of largest? Yes, that's true. We are going to write smallest. Let's try with another one. Number B, we have living. You're living. Yeah. And what's the opposite of living? It's dead. Alright? So you can even draw arrows if you want. Let's move on. We have column A and B. third word we have is strongest, and the opposite of which is, it's weakest. Very good. Now let's find the opposite of long. And the opposite of long is, in fact, it's number 2, it's short. Very good. You're getting good at it. Let's try number E, defense. And the opposite of defense is, that's right, attack. Let's try the last one, always. And the opposite of always is, well done, it's never. Now, if you like drawing arrows, you can surely draw arrows here so that it looks like you're making a match. Okay, so let's move on to another section. By the way, these were the questions we solved. We solved these 5 different questions, followed by the fun with vocabulary section, right? Now, the number B is going to be your homework, so I'm not solving that right now. I'm assigning this you as your homework. I know you're very good at drawing, so you can draw a picture of an ostrich. Let's move on to another section. Now we come to the grammar section. And in the grammar section, we are going to study fun with spelling. We are going to complete the following table by adding either ER or EST. So before that, let's talk about adjectives. Now, adjectives are those words that define either a noun or a pronoun. So when I say I am happy, I'm actually defining my condition. Or if I say Ram is an excellent student, I am defining Ram through the word excellent. So words like, happy or excellent. If I use the word happy, now this is an adjective. Why? Because it defines either a noun or a pronoun. So 2 things are happening right now. Adjectives either define a noun or define a pronoun. So let's look at this word happy. If I say I'm happy, I am defining my condition and I'm saying that I am happy. So the pronoun I is being defined with the word happy, which is an adjective. Now we have 2 more conditions. The first condition is called the comparative condition, followed by the superlative condition. So if you were to change this word into comparative, we would simply add ER and write, by the way, this Y is eliminated and I is added, so it becomes happier. But if you're writing in superlative form, you would use happiest. See, this is the neutral adjective or first degree comparison. This is second degree comparison followed by third degree comparison. So these are comparatives. This is in fact called comparative. This is comparative. And this one is called superlative. Right? So we have comparative and superlative. So let's solve the following table for, by changing these adjectives. We have we have 5 adjectives. Right? So these are the adjectives. The first one is done for you. Second, third, fourth, and 5. So these are all, what are they, by the way? They are adjectives. And adjectives either define a noun or a pronoun. Yes, very good. Now, we have to change these adjectives into their comparative form or their superlative form. So in the comparative form, the word large is changed into larger. ER is added. And again, in the superlative form, EST is added. And one more thing, the word the should be added before the superlative as seen in the example, right? So you should not forget the, because always in front of the superlative word, the is added. So let's begin now. Okay, strong. The comparative form of strong is stronger. And the superlative is the strongest. Small. Smaller. The smallest. Long. Longer. Longest. Fast. Faster. The fastest. Okay? Now let's look at this section. It's called Fun with Grammar, and we've got to use the article the with superlative degrees. Let's look at the first example. See a bird and the bird is pretty large. So we write an ostrich is the largest bird. Let's look at the second picture. Now this is a hummingbird. It is a hummingbird, and the hummingbird is pretty small. So in fact, it is the smallest bird. So we're going to write hummingbird is the smallest bird. Or you can write a humming is the smallest bird. That's also fine. You can simply write a humming is the smallest bird. Okay, let's look at the third one. Now this is an elephant, so we can write the elephant is the biggest animal. So the elephant is the biggest animal. All right. The thing is, we are talking about adjectives. Now, adjectives are those words that define either a noun or a pronoun, and they can talk about either quality or quantity. For example, I can say, I like you a lot. I like you a lot. Now, this a lot becomes adjective of quantity. But if I write, Ram is an honest boy. Now, the word honest is talking about the quality of Ram. So, adjectives can either be qualitative or quantitative. They can either talk about the quality of a noun or a pronoun, or the quantity of a noun or a pronoun. However, while talking about the degrees of adjectives, we can start with, we have comparative degree and superlative degree. So in the comparative degree, we simply add ER. In the superlative, we add EST. For example, if the word is big, and in comparative, we are going to write bigger, and superlative, biggest. If the word is small, we can write smaller in comparative and smallest in superlative. For example, look here, ER is added, and in superlative, EST is added, and these are adjectives. They either talk about the quality or the quantity depending upon the situation. So we've talked about degrees also. Now let's move on to the homework section. And your homework is going to be pretty simple, and this is your homework. Answer the following question in one paragraph. And the question is here, what do you do every day? So that's the question. What do you do every day? So that is the homework from the writing section. You have to write a paragraph about what do you normally do. What do you do every day? So you've got to write that in a paragraph. With this, we've come to end of today's class. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding these video series, feel free to write us at learning@deerwalk.edu.np. Thank you.